talk about his counterpart at Amazon, at Bezos. So, this is the Tampa facility of Amazon. There's a lot of things that go on with Amazon that look, regardless, and then I mean this sincerely, regardless of what side of politics you land on, Jeff Bezos is a slave, is a slave running piece of shit. The things that he does is terrible.
Is this the wagey cagey that I've been mentioning? Yeah, I've been talking about the wagey cagey for a while.
It's not called the wage cage. It's actually called AmaZen.
It's called a wagey cage. It's what it's always been called since they tried to propose this 10 years ago and everybody was pissed. They actually made the wage cage.
AmaZen,
which is the off-brand Amazon.
So this is what they do. Like, so their facilities, these things are actually all true. So their facilities, first off, they underpay them so much that they still qualify for welfare. That's a fact. And what they did was, once they did the, certain states that you have to pay $15 an hour, they did that, but they made them part-time so they wouldn't have to give them medical benefits, because only full-timers get medical benefits. But on top of that, look, working in their factory is hard. I actually talked to somebody that works at the one down the road, and which this part makes sense. They metal detector you, and they do like an x-ray thing when you walk in and when you walk out to make sure you're not stealing stuff, which that's fine. However, if you need to take a piss break, most of these people are pissing in jugs, in jars.
Piss jugs. I mean, what? It's too good for piss jugs?
Piss jugs. So Amazon decided, hey, when you get tired, here's what we're going to do.
With AmaZen, I wanted to provide a place that's quiet, that people could go and focus on their mental and emotional well-being. The Zen booth
is an interactive kiosk where you can navigate through a library of mental health and mindful practices
to recharge that internal battery.
On your time.
Yeah, of course. It's on your time. And you get to go in this little booth where you get recharged. You get recharged. Yes, Frozen.
This is one of those jack-off booths in Japan, right?
No. This is nothing like that. What you do is you go in this booth and still wear a mask in there for some reason, even though you're alone. And they play mental health videos while you realize, wow, this company is not paying me anything.
This is brutal.
And there's a high risk of death.
This is so fucking brutal.
So it's up Trolita. I hate Trolita. She's calling it a cuck closet.
Cuck closet, wage cage. I would take the biggest shit in that thing.
Yeah.
I would either shit in it or smoke weed in it. Would be one of the two.
You open in a plume of smoke.
And then you do this move. Royce knows this move. You make eye contact, so you go, no, it was somebody else did that earlier.
I don't know. And you keep walking.
By the way, you can't deal when the smoke's pouring out.
Yeah.
The smell you can blame. But I've straight up walked out of a room where there was smoke coming out, and I've been like, yeah, somebody must have been smoking in here earlier.
It's disgusting, really, if you ask me.
People in the chat are equating this to the suicide boots from Futurama.
Oh, God, that's right.
I would have more respect for Amazon if they offered suicide booths.
Because at least you get something out of it.
Yeah, at least you don't have to go to that fucking shitty job anymore.
We're calling it the Amazon Permanent Break Room.
Dude, imagine, because the company spends money on these things, and it's like, how about spending that money on, I don't know, treating your employees better? Like, I'm not some shitty... Like, this is one of the things that, like, besides Republican, Democrat, that, like, they love getting us fighting over.
Yeah.
And it is one of the ways they kind of keep us is the communism versus the free market. Like, everyone thinks the other side is 100% wrong, right? Like, this is why I love when they bash socialism, and you're like, yes, I don't want to live in a place that is 100% socialist, right? But 100% capitalism is also bad, right? It should be
Google.
It should be like a nice recipe, right? It should be like 80-20. You know what I mean? 80-20, I think, is a good... You should have some social program. Like, otherwise, you are living in a dystopian hellhole if you don't have some programs to help people. But, like, they keep the socialism versus free market guys always strangling each other. But it's like, if we could get together and all agree that this is evil, then I think rather than just fight over communism, capitalism failed, man. Communism killed more people, man. All right, hey, everyone stop. can we start by saying this is awful, right?
You mentioned it the first hour. This is another RoboCop commercial.
Yes,
It's these things that are real now were RoboCop commercials. It's funny because it's funny you say that.
I would go in there and I would rewire the fucking computer so that it was just playing InfoWars clips, and then leave, and then go. I don't know who was using it last.
It's funny. I was watching. You heard about the whole BlackRock thing, right? The investment firm that's been buying up homes. So this BlackRock is an investment firm that has been
they've been gobbling up
homes. And what's happening is if you're a new home buyer, the prices are skyrocketing because they're just buying it for investments, which is going to cause another bubble and it's going to crash, whatever. And even some Republicans have been saying, like, look, this is fucked up because, like, we're hurting actual first-time home buyers of these companies. You know who defended it?
Ben Shapiro.
You saw it, right? Mm-hmm. Ben Shapiro did an entire, 15-minute segment.
Look, folks, if you're poor and disgusting, then why are you even alive?
Look, these companies are doing what they have to do, and that way you can't afford a house or have children, which is fine because capitalism rules. Look, don't get me wrong, I like capitalism, but shouldn't capitalism be a tool that we use, not a fucking lifestyle?
Well, it's also the fact that it's crony capitalism. We don't BlackRock gets, BlackRock barely pays taxes. It's another one of these companies that doesn't. It has lobbyists. It has, dudes on the inside. That's the shit that kills it. It's not capitalism necessarily that's bad, but if you try to get a leg up, you're going to get stomped on. I mean, look what happened with Wall Street bets. Look what happened with the stock market. Those people would have rather crashed the stock market into the ground to spite you rather than letting people get a leg up. That's just how they are. So it's not necessarily just like to dismiss the BlackRock thing as just
same thing at this point, dude.
But to dismiss it as capitalism, it's just capitalism, man. It's like, no, but we have created a class of ultra corporation, we are creating a fucking cyberpunky future, like a Shadowrun future where it's going to be Chinese and Japanese megacorps named all our stadiums, and then that's the end of it. That's scary. There should be capitalism should be go watch Deadwood, right? Or go watch stuff about when America was first founded. That was capitalism because it was okay, I'm going to go to this town that this guy bought all the land, and it's his town, and I'm going to go buy a license from him for a lot, and now I own this lot of land on Main Street, and then I'm going to build my hardware store there, and I own this lot of land. That used to be, and then if somebody else wanted to open up a better hardware store, then fuck you. Then that would open up over there.
Of course.
But there's no longer hi, I'm going to go open up a what town that has a fucking Lowe's and a Home Depot is your dumb fuck ass going to go open up a fucking hardware store? It's not going to happen.
Well, that's the thing, and it's not just that BlackRock is buying up these homes. They're buying up at they're putting a 30% increase for what the market value is cash. They're putting it down cash and they're buying it. So what's happening is that people that do work hard, people that want to buy a home now, they have to rent for the rest of their lives. You have to just rent. That's it. Guess what? You rent for the rest of your lives and that's it. But Ben Shapiro thinks it's fine, folks. Okay? Capitalism's awesome. What do you want these investment companies to do? You want them not to buy up stuff and falsely inflate the market? That way when it crashes later, what are you going to do? It doesn't matter. I'm still making money, folks.
Yeah, you got to start thinking creatively. I want to own. I don't want to stay renting forever, but I'm never going to be in a bracket where I can just outright buy it. The way I've been looking at it is, I've been looking in where Lake Wales is at. And shit.
Oh, I love Lake Wales. Beautiful.
And there's a lot of tract of land right now for sale there in neighborhoods that aren't even developed yet, but they're just selling off the tracts of land. I'm trying to find a piece of land first because you can get that for $20,000, and you can get that without a quote unquote mortgage because they'll, you know what I mean? That's an amount of money you can just finance without all the fucking mortgage shit, and then own a piece of land. And honestly, dude, I don't care if for a couple years I got to slap a double wide on that bitch. That's still a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's mine. At least I ain't paying nobody anything, and then eventually price out and figure out how to build a house. That's the future of trying to be a homeowner. It's not going to be. You're going to have to start doing this shit in sections. Okay, I'll find a plot of land that's in a place that's kind of up and coming. I'll just buy it. I'll pay that off first. Then I own the land. Then get it perk tested, get the utilities ran to it, and then just go, look, I'm throwing a double wide on that bitch for a couple of years. live in there, it's fine. And then eventually when you have the money, now you can start building out a house while living in the double wide. It's the only way you can do it anymore. But I want enough land.
I have a video of Mersh from the future.
Oh. Fucking asshole.
It's good to have land.
I love that clip. By the way, Joe Santos says, you can hand dig your basement. Yeah, we live in Florida. We don't have a thing called basements here.
Imagine thinking you
Also,
could have
I
a
found
basement
the
in Florida.
prototype to the AmaZen.
And then I just create
show links?
a
Okay.
sinkhole that destroys everyone else's plots, and then they're like, now you owe me $800,000. No, but my goal, and I've been looking into this for real, is I looked into Florida state laws regarding outdoor shooting, and if I find the right location, I only need maybe 2 acres, and I'm allowed to legally shoot on my land, which is pretty dope. That's what I want. I don't care if I slap a double wide on 2 acres as long as I can legally have an outdoor range at my house. Fucking tight.
There's the new AmaZen thing they're releasing.
Hey, this is the box to use your imagination in.